So again and again, there's a constant need to redefine what Judaism is. There's a constant misconception, and we get trapped into the misconception and get trapped into the way of life and the routine of being religious, or the way people live in their rituals and all that. Judaism is not a religion. Judaism is a relationship. Of course, if we define the word religion, it will fit into the section of religion, but it is different than what people think. We have a tendency to think that Judaism is about rituals, about doing commandments, about, serving God. They're kind of true, but that's not the essence of it. All those are tools. Judaism is a way of life. In Judaism, we don't call laws. We call them halachot, the way to walk. How do you walk in this world? How do you connect to people, to nature, to animals, to spirituality, to God? This is what Judaism is. If Judaism doesn't make you into a better human being, then you're not living it the right way. You're becoming religious. You're not becoming more Jewish. Character trait is the main thing. Right now we're just before Rosh Hashanah, and the month of Elul is Ani ledodi vedodi li. We're saying, I am to my beloved and beloved is to me. Did you ever call God in your prayer my beloved? Did you ever address him like a spouse? Because that's what God really wants. How do you speak to God? Do you speak to him as if you say, hey darling, I love you, I need you, I want you, please be more part of my life? We have to understand that if we just do commandments and we don't have a relationship, we don't speak to God, we don't converse to God in a way that is human, in a very tangible, realistic way, we're not making God real enough in our life. We're not really understanding what God wants. There are a lot of non-Jews who are much better human beings than Jews. Why? Because so many Jews, and I'm speaking about the religious Jews, because the religious Jews are busy being religious instead of learning to be human first and use their religion to be even more human. Technically, someone who is religious cannot be less human, meaning cannot be less nice than a righteous non-Jew. Because technically, all the mitzvot and everything he learns is all here to enhance his already basic character traits. So we have to redefine how we understand Judaism. And say, when someone says, I want to be Jewish, you're saying, I want to learn how to be in love with God. That's how to have a relationship, with the divine, how to converse with the divine. That's really what it is. All the mitzvot, the rituals, are here to enhance that. If we have a tendency to misuse them and to want to do them to get points in the world to come. That's not what we're here to do. It's the consequence of it, because if I have a healthy relationship with God, then this is going to lead me to a world in the future where I can live spiritually. I have prepared, I got engaged here, I seduced God, and now I'm ready for the wedding. The wedding is going to be when God is revealed himself and we live with him completely. So this is very important to understand, and we have to, before Rosh Hashanah, before the new year, we must remember the new year is not just for Jews, it's for all of humanity, it's for all of the universe. The whole universe is recreated, is reshaped, is reorganized on Rosh Hashanah, which is in about 3 weeks, something like that. And therefore, not even, and therefore we have to redefine our vision, our perspective of what Judaism is and how we do commandments, because obviously the way we do it today is not working, right? We're still in exile, we're still suffering, we're still not feeling connected, we're still losing Jews to drugs and whatever things. So we have to really get ready for a new vision, a new Rosh Hashanah, a new perspective, a new way to approach what we do. And that's what Judaism really is. That's I mean, in my perspective, at least, the way I understand it from my Rebbe and from the rabbis I learned from, is Judaism is pushing you to be superhuman. It's not pushing you to be super religious. You can be super religious and super far from God and super not human. So let's try to, anybody who wants to learn about being a Jew or about Judaism, let's not get confused about the rituals and all that. If you don't take a humanity lesson from the rituals, if you don't learn a refinement of character through the rituals, the mitzvot, the commandments, the laws, then you're not learning how to walk. You're just learning to be a robot. You're just learning to do religious stuff. And God really doesn't care about that unless it is part of a growth, a personal growth, a humanitarian growth. So let's recalibrate, refocus, re-examine our Judaism, make sure that we improve our character traits, and start the Rosh Hashanah New Year with a whole new vision of Judaism. Judaism has to be appealing to everyone, because Judaism is supposed to be the religion of the world. It's not for Jews. Yes, Jews are in charge of teaching about Judaism, but Judaism is universal. It's the information of how the world works. It's information of how do you get spiritual and close to God in this world. This is the information, and therefore everyone needs to study about Judaism. And again, it has to be positive. There are things that we experience that are negative, or we hear they're negative, and we see a Jew doing something not good and no good character traits. That's not Judaism. That's the people who mess up. We're all human beings. We all mess up, and they don't understand. Or the rabbis taught it well. Not every rabbi is righteous. A lot of rabbis are demons. So we have to make sure that we don't fall into the trap, because that's what Satan wants. The Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, the forces of evil, wants to make Judaism appear as one of the other religions where we just are fanatics trying to conquer the world, or trying to convert everyone, or trying to Judaize the world into falling a certain way. That's not Judaism. Judaism is the most loving religion in the world, the most respecting religion in the world. All the commandments are here to enhance mankind, to promote harmony and unity, and which other religion says that the temple, the Beit HaMikdash, is going to be the house of prayer for all the nations? And which other religion that Judaism says you don't have to be Jewish? Be yourself, because you yourself as a non-Jew have a mission. You yourself as a Jew have a mission. Each one has to be unique, and you don't have to follow the other. Be who you are meant to be. God didn't make a mistake. So let's all re-examine our life and enter Judaism and live a Judaism that is real. A Judaism that is full of positivity, love, and not get stuck on the people who mess up our Judaism, the Erev Rav. Because we know that it says in the Kabbalistic writing that this is what's going to happen at the end of time. We're really confused and we think that this is Judaism. Guess what? If Avraham Avinu will come today, or Moshe Rabbeinu will come today and say, this is not my religion, this is not God's religion, this is not Judaism. I never taught that we're never supposed to live like that, right? So this is probably what will happen. And therefore we have to make sure we live our Judaism in a way that is remarkable, wonderful, inspiring, enlightening, exciting, loving. People have to look at you as a Jew or as a non-Jew, and that your life becomes a role model. We say, wow, that person is incredible. That way that person lives, that is a role model, that hero, that giver, that lover, that person that helps the world, that is good and kind and grateful. Yes, that's the humanity that Judaism wants. That's what a Jew or someone who learns about Judaism is supposed to reflect and live and represent. So may we all be able to live those words. It's not easy, but Bezat Hashem, with God's help, we will reach that point and transform the world and bring the light. So may we all be ready for a new year that is going to change our lives and the world forever. Baruch Adonai L'olam, amen, amen. Happy New Year.